This is a pretty goofy one here. This is number 24. The only thing I could think to do was to first change the top to 1 over cosine. And maybe there's an easier problem. I challenge you to find an easier way to do this one than what I'm doing. Minus 1 all over 1 minus cosine. Okay, so on top I'm going to get a common denominator. So this would be 1 minus cosine minus cosine over cosine. Okay. On the bottom I still have 1 minus cosine theta. So I want to try and turn the bottom into sine squared. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by 1 plus cosine, and that means I multiply the top by 1 plus cosine. Okay, so on the bottom I'm going to get 1 minus cosine squared. On top I get 1 over cosine. That's 1 times 1 over cosine. 1 times, well, essentially negative 1, but let's just go ahead and keep in the cosine over cosine. Cosine times 1 over cosine would be plus cosine over cosine. And then cosine times negative, let's just go ahead and make that 1. Minus cosine. So these cancel. I didn't really get any closer. Well, actually I did. Sorry it took me so long there. I was just trying to think of which way to go. So we've got her here. 1 over cosine minus cosine on top all over 1 minus cosine squared. Okay, I'm going to get a common denominator on top. Cosine over cosine. So on top I have 1 minus cosine squared theta all over cosine. On the bottom I have 1 minus cosine squared theta, and really it's over 1. Okay, so when you divide by the reciprocal, it's the same as, or excuse me, when you divide by a fraction, it's the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So I can multiply both the top and the bottom by this. The bottom cancels to 1. I'm going to end up with on top 1 over cosine, which is secant. This is an extremely difficult problem. I hope you were able to follow it. You will not see one this difficult on the test. Okay? This was really much tougher than what I want you to do at this point. But if you accept the challenge, go ahead.